If you clicked on this video, you're probably either used to competing with others, or you're just curious on what the alternative to doing this is. That's why in this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly what that alternative is, why it's infinitely better than competing with others, and why learning to use it will change the way you view your life and allow you to succeed in life at a much faster rate than you would be if you were focused on competing with others. So make sure to watch till the end, because the information in this video is something you definitely don't want to miss. Most people are taught to compete with others through society. We're basically taught to view others who have what we want as competition, and if we want something, we have to be better than the person who has it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say this isn't true, but I'm also not going to sit here and say that this is the full truth, because the issue that comes with this type of mindset is we start to compare ourselves to others unrealistically, and these unrealistic comparisons cause us to want things that we don't actually care about or even want. It makes us very susceptible to outside programming, saying, look at me, I have this and you don't, I am better than you. And this thought process pretty much makes everyone feel insecure to varying degrees and not as good as the other person next to them, just because they have something desirable in the eyes of others that you or I don't. These feelings of inferiority leads to obsessions just to one-up the other person or compete with the people around them. There's even a term for the most extreme types of people like this, which is called clout chasers. The truth is though, that with a small shift in your perspective, it doesn't have to be like this at all. You see, the fault in adhering to a mindset like this is the lack of recognizing that we all have our unique strengths and weaknesses. And it's not so much about viewing everyone as competition and competing with them to prove who's best. I make $1 million per year, or I drive the best car at my job, or I have the best body in the gym, so I'm worthy and good enough. Or on the opposite end, I barely make enough money to support myself, or I have the worst car at my job, or I have the worst body at my gym, so I'm unworthy and unlovable. I mean, this is the mindset they have us in, guys, and it's honestly laughable that we have forgotten our inherent value as human beings, and even beyond that, our value as souls, as source. And I just want to really stress this, because your self-worth isn't dependent upon what you do. It's dependent upon who you are as an individual and how you wish to express your uniqueness as a unique individual. What this society brainwashes us into believing is that we are unworthy just as we are, and we need external things that you must get from competing with others to prove your worthiness. Like, who are we even proving our worthiness to when you think about it? Others? The government? Our parents? Like, it's just ridiculous when you think about it, and it's so far from the truth. It's no wonder everyone is so depressed all the time believing this BS. But with a simple perspective shift, you could be doing this instead. And what is this? Well, it's competing with yourself. When you learn to start competing with yourself, you stop comparing yourself to others in an unrealistic way. When you stop viewing others as competition, and you start more so just viewing others as examples of what you want to experience in your own life, you gradually start to eliminate this inferiority, superiority consciousness that you've been brainwashed into buying into. Once you come out of this inferiority, superiority consciousness, you start to develop your self-worth. You start to value yourself for who you are, just because you're you. Because you are unique. You have your own strengths and weaknesses, and they make you who you are. A good example of this would be someone who's short. If you're just listening to society, society always makes fun of short guys. As a result of this, a lot of short guys will naturally feel inferior to people who are taller than them, and just in general because society tells them to feel inferior. But when you start to compete with yourself, and you become your only benchmark, you also become your own measuring stick. So instead of listening to what other people are saying and comparing yourself to others, you for the first time start to compare yourself to yourself, and you actually start to recognize the positive, unique qualities and benefits that comes with your height. And you actually, slowly but surely, start to feel good about yourself. And you no longer care about what other people think of you. This results in you not just feeling good about yourself from a place of superiority, but from a place of genuine confidence. Your self-worth is no longer dependent upon external qualities. And because of this, you're free to feel good and confident always, no matter what is going on the outside. You could literally be the poorest dude in town. You could literally be homeless. But if you value yourself, you value your uniqueness, and you haven't bought into the inferiority, superiority consciousness, and you're living life based on what you value and what is important to you, nothing can stop you. And the best part is, it's living like like this that leads to the most fulfillment. The moment I stopped comparing myself to others and started comparing myself only to myself consistently, my life started to improve because I started to recognize my own uniqueness, my strengths, and the things I actually value, not the values I was told to value. It might sound simple and really not that big of a deal, but I promise you that if you practice this over and over till it becomes effortless and a habit, your life will start changing for the better. Now, quick announcement. Make sure to check the links in the description or the pinned comment down below, because I recently made a free ebook called Your Hero's Journey that's designed to help you on your self-development journey. In this book, I go over the 10 secret stages of success that everyone goes through in life on the path to achieving their goals. I also just started hosting one-on-one private coaching sessions. So if you want me to help you dive deep into any personal experiences or issues you might be experiencing and get you back on track with your life, make sure to click on the link down below and book a quick coaching session with me. So now that you know that competing with others very rarely gets you to somewhere you want to actually be at, and the best thing to do is to compete with yourself, how do we apply this mindset going forward? Well, first you have to realize that no matter how long you practice this for, comparing yourself to others will always be a temptation, just because everyone around us always does it. And it's so embedded in our society that we don't even notice ourselves doing it. But in knowing this, you really just want to make sure that you catch yourself when you start doing this. And instead of comparing yourself to the other person, try to recognize what it is that you like about them, what it is that you want from them, and how you can incorporate that quality or aspect into your own life. Once you do that, your next step is just to simply start taking actions every single day to incorporate that quality in your own life so you can experience it for yourself. You take these steps by improving every single day by 0.1% continually. You want to get into the mindset of looking at your progress day by day. Your goal should be to make sure that you're better than yourself yesterday, the day before, a month before, and a year before. Because remember, you are your only competition. Everyone else are just mirrors that help you understand aspects of yourself that you want to incorporate and grow into. By doing this, you will start to grow exponentially year after year to the point that you'll almost become unrecognizable to yourself. Because when you look back on your past self, you'll feel like a dream, and others around you will start to treat you differently to reflect who you now are. Just from my personal experience in doing this, I started working on myself and only comparing myself to myself a little over 10 years ago. And since then, I have literally gone from a shy, insecure, socially awkward, anxiety-ridden person who didn't even really like to go out that often to someone who is confident, someone who's calm, someone who's emotionally secure, someone who loves to go out and enjoy my time with people, someone who loves to be around people, and someone who loves to help people, someone who loves to share their energy with others. And when I look back on my own life, it really is like a dream. I wish I could just put you guys in the mindset I was in and then put you guys in the mindset that I am in now. Because the difference is so night and day that it is almost unbelievable that it is possible. But it is possible. And if you can just incorporate this mindset of competing with yourself while also looking at others and seeing what you like and just taking that into yourself and trying to grow that within yourself, your life is going to change so much and so fast as long as you keep going and don't quit. Recognizing that you are your only competition allows you to really become your best self over time and is one of the keys to unlocking your potential on your self-development journey. But another key you're going to want to use to assist you on your journey is in this video, where I talk about the best S-tier habit you're going to need on your self-development journey if you hope to make progress. See you there.